Hello folks, all right, here we go. This will be a different kind of video, but we are going to be canning some venison, and that's the venison there. And here are the 10 pint jars that are going to be going into the canner. There's the lids I'm going to use, and there's a little bit of salt, about a half a teaspoon of salt per pint jar. And here is the canner. It is an all-American pressure cooker, and we're gonna get this going. We're gonna get the meat in the jars, and we're gonna document how this is done. Okay, hope you enjoy the video. All right, so the jars are all washed, and we're just going to put half a teaspoon of salt in each jar. So that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so all the salt is in the jars, and got my funnel in the jar, and we're just gonna start adding the venison. We'll just use this to kind of, pack it in a little bit. Don't want it super tight, but gotta, we'll get rid of some of the air pockets. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of water to dissolve that salt, and also to just fill in any voids. I'm gonna add a little bit more meat. Not a little too much. Okay, and we just get it up there, and there it is. That looks good. It's right up near the top of the jar. Leave a little bit of headspace. Okay, so now all the jars are full, and you can see the water level and the meat level is right up to give it a good headspace. And I'm now brought up the lids up to a boil, it kind of softens the gasket material a little, and sanitizes. And so now I'm gonna just take my magnet and just place them on the jars. Oh, got two of them that time. There we go. We just place them on the jars, and once they're on the jars, then I can take the rings and put the rings on. I'll show that. So the ring, and I don't go really tight, but I will have to use two hands to get them tight enough, but I don't go super tight, because that's the way I've always been taught. So I just snug them on, and then once all those are on, I've got the water starting to warm in the canner, and I'll show you what that looks like when I'm ready. All right, so here we go. We're going to start loading the jars into the canner. Let me zoom out a little. There we go. So and in the canner, I've got 2 inches of water, which came to about, I don't know, just over 3 quarts of water. And I can get 10 pints in here. Okay, so that's all ready to go. And this is not a water bath. You can't can meat with a water bath. It doesn't get hot enough. and so that's why we do pressure canning. And I do 10 pounds pressure for 75 minutes. Okay, so here it is. The pressure canner is all closed up, and now I'm bringing it up to temperature. And out of this vent right here, I'm going to, once it starts venting, I will vent for 7 minutes. And then once that is vented, I will put the weight on that vent, the 10-pound weight, and we'll bring it up to temperature, or up to pressure. Okay, so now it's venting. Kind of hard to see on camera, but it is venting. So I'm going to put 7 minutes on the timer, and after 7 minutes, I'll put the weight on the vent. Okay, so the 7 minutes is up, and here's the 10-pound weight, and then you put it on, and that dial will get up to 10 pounds, and I'll adjust the temperature as needed of the burner. Turn off the thing, and the way this one works is the weight will rattle to let out a little bit of steam, and that's how it maintains pressure. And I'll turn down the heat so that it doesn't build up too much pressure, because it doesn't want to rattle all the time. Only a few times a minute. Okay, so there you can see we're up to 10 pounds pressure, and that's what it sounds like. See it rattling like that? So now what I'll do is I'll turn the temperature on the burner down so that I can maintain the vibration of that to 3 or 4 times a minute. And now I'm going to set the timer for 75 minutes. Okay, so the 75 minutes are up. I'm going to turn off the timer and turn off the burner. And now we'll just let it cool off. And as it cools, the pressure will go down, and then we'll be able to open it up. We can't open it up right now because everything on the inside would break if I was to depressurize it really quickly. So we'll just let it sit, and I'll show you the results when it's cooled down. All right, so the pressure is down, and I'm gonna unscrew the lid, and we'll be able to pull the jars out. And it's very hot, but it'll be okay. Because it doesn't have to cool down to room temperature or anything. It just has to cool down enough to relieve the pressure. Off we go. Okay, and then I just take my jar removal tool and just pull the jars out and place them on a paper towel. Or not a paper towel, just a kitchen towel. And I won't show you taking them all out, but there's the finished product. So, hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you've got questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below. Thanks.